What we are going to discuss is the very big confusion about dietary fats. The oil crisis in the life of a diabetic is compounded by contrary information which comes on Google, in medical journals as well, in many CMEs, that which is the best oil and whether how much oil they can eat. This confusion I want to burst. I want to tell you what are the myths. One can take limited carbohydrates but can take refined oil whenever they feel like having. And if you prepare your food in refined oil, you're safe because your cholesterol will not go up. There is a cholesterol phobia in the minds of people. Cholesterol is almost like a bad word in medicine. And people in fear of cholesterol have stopped our traditional cooking medium. They went into so-called heart-friendly cholesterol-reducing oils and took very large amount of oil which had omega-6 fatty acid. Remember one thing, all oils are made of fatty acids, and this fatty acid composition are extremely important to know that the most of the so-called polyunsaturated fats which are sold in the market as heart-friendly cholesterol reducing oils contain abnormally high amount of omega-6 fatty acids and a very low amount of omega-3 fatty acid. Omega-3 fatty acid are beneficial. Omega-3 fatty acid are important for development of brain, immune system, and it has a anti-inflammatory property. Unfortunately, omega-3 fatty acid containing foodstuff is very limited in our diet. Particularly lacto-vegetarian Indians who do not take fish regularly, their omega-3 content is less. The foods which contain omega-3 adequately is flax seeds, walnuts, certain nuts, but they also contain omega-6. But the right cooking medium which has got a balance of omega-6 and omega-3 is a rice bran oil or a mustard oil or homemade ghee. But when we tell people that you should take ghee in your diet, you have to restrict the ghee to only 2 teaspoonfuls per day, not more than that, because it contains saturated fats, and a higher amount of saturated fats again are dangerous. If you take 2 teaspoonfuls of ghee and put it over your rotis or over the rice, and do not fry anything in ghee. Do not put it in your frying pan which is made of metal iron, kadai, and put vegetables in the kadai frying in ghee. It is dangerous because then it smokes and it causes combination of the kadai iron metal known as cholesterol oxidase, and that is highly atherogenic and even carcinogenic. Second oil which people recommend is olive oil. Now, normally olive oil is not our constituent, our Indian diet, it is not, but you have taken it from Italians and Westerners. Now remember one thing, olive oil you cannot use for Indian cooking because all Indian cooking is done at 100 degrees centigrade. Olive oil smokes at 84 degrees, and anything which smokes is dangerous. So olive oil also, like ghee, should be garnished over the food, over the salads, and no food should be prepared in olive oil. Same thing is with coconut oil. Same thing is with coconut. Coconut contains saturated fats. Actually it contains phytosterol, not cholesterol. But if you fry anything in coconut, then it again causes problem. Coconut is to be garnished over the dishes and added above after cooking. So these are the things that you should know about omega-6 fatty acids. A lot of confusion is created about that. People say that this is omega-3 rich oil is being sold in supermarket. But the point is omega-3 content is far less, and the ratio of omega-6 to omega-3, if it exceeds 10, then it is not very healthy. You should remember the ideal ratio of omega-6 to omega-3 is homemade butter, homemade ghee, and reasonable in rice bran oil, even mustard oil. But it is definitely very high in safflower oil, in corn oil, in other seed oils, and therefore that should be minimized. A lot of people feel that nice weather, we are all waiting for rains. Many people are waiting for rains. As soon as it gets cloudy, the orders are sent to your wife as bhaji kar, kandachi. Now that is, one small bhaji is okay, but you cannot make a meal out of it. Many people make a meal out of samosa, bhajia, pakoda, vada pav. Vada pav is our national food. Vada pav is advertised all over the world as a very, very healthy burger of India. There are streets in Australia. My daughter lives there. She said in Harris Park in Australia, there is a Little India. Modi ji went just now and he recommended there are some restaurants with the Indian food. What does the Indian food serve? I saw the menu. Samosas, dahi vadas, pakodas, and you should see the rush. So this Indian fast food is more dangerous than American fast food. And therefore fast food is a very simple, tasty food available. Do you know 30% people leave their dinner only to fast food? Both husband and wife working. The teens are ordered with pav bhaji, vada pav. That becomes a major meal. That should be avoided. Our Indian traditional diet is ideal, and we follow a system known as Rutu Charya. It's a very wise thing our ancestors had designed. As per the season changes, we change our eating habits. Like in Vasant Panchami, we have Pana, Kalingad. Like in Sankrant, month of winter, we have Til, Gul. More fatty food but healthy. And change of diet according to season has no detrimental effect on human body, which we have forgotten. That is the reason we have to be extra careful about our dietary fat.